Phantasm.
Maximum terror.
Oh! That's your target audience, baby!
Phantasm.
You know something? I sort of enjoyed it.
Phantasm.
Sell the metal! Sell the metal! Sell the metal! Sell the metal!
Phantasm.
Hi, this is Dr. Vincent West, medical doctor with the Phantasm Podcast.
And I'm Corey Gorechrist with the Phantasm Podcast.
We wanted to invite you down to the Days of the Dead convention this weekend in Atlanta, January 27th to the 29th. It's going to be at the Sheraton Hotel at 165 Cortlandt Street, Atlanta, Georgia, 30303. Tickets and show hours here. I'm going to give that to you real quick. It's going to be, for VIPs, you get in at 4:30 p.m. For the rest of the general public, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Saturday, VIPs are 10:30 a.m. Regular general public is 11 to 7. And then Sunday, 11 to 4 for everybody.
It's going to be a fun convention. It was actually my second convention I ever went to, and this was, I don't even know the date of it. It was years and years ago. But go back, I've been going ever since and expanded to a lot of the other cons across the country that Days of the Dead does. They always put on a hell of a show. They know how to party and have a good time. They always bring really good guests. A lot of other cons don't get. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It has my highest recommendation to check out, and especially the Atlanta cons they run is very very exciting and fun. And they always put on some really fun events with great guests.
Ticket prices Friday are going to be $35. Saturday is $40. Sunday is $35, or you can do the weekend for $80. Will call line is open from Friday, 4 p.m. to 3 p.m. For VIPs, Saturdays and Sundays, the entry is at 10 a.m. For the will call line. All photo ops require admission to get into them. And obviously, if you've never been to a horror convention, guests do require money to meet them. So.
Yes, and there's also, at their tables, they do, obviously the autograph signings. Now, some of them will do table photos, like selfies or whatever, that costs extra. Usually they don't do them for free after an autograph like they used to. But photo ops are a separate thing, and some guests only do the photo ops. They don't do table ops. A lot of these guests, most of them will probably have table photo options, but the pro photo ops are very nice. They're good for the money, and you got some stuff like the TERRIFIER reunion, shit like that is, you can get the whole cast in one photo. You're not going to be able to do that, obviously, at the table, and you can have sometimes the costume photo ops, like the Art the Clown one, and sometimes, I don't think Kane Hodder's doing it this year, I'm not sure, but he's going to be there, and he usually does Jason photo ops. So the photo ops are pretty cool. They're on sale now also, so you check those out and pick which ones you want to do. There's a lot of good ones here this year. And then as far as the guest rundown, I guess we can run through some of these guests here, if you would like, Doctor.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and start us off with that. If you don't care, then I'll follow in with my stuff.
All right. Well, right off the bat here on the website here, and I'm on daysofthedead.com, so if you guys have any questions or anything, just refer to this website and click on the Atlanta date to check back on the guests. You can also go on their Facebook page as they regularly update it. That's probably the best place to look for any updates on the show, any cancellations, anything like that, information you need to know. But starting off here on the list, we got Malcolm McDowell, famous for Clockwork Orange, of course. Met him before, super nice guy. Pretty reasonably priced as well for such a big guest, so definitely go say hi to Mr. McDowell. Of course, you got the Terrifier reunion. It's the biggest one they've done yet. It's pretty much everybody in that film, so pretty cool. You got Katie Featherton and Micah Sloat from Paranormal Activity. Not familiar with the movie, but it's a pretty popular one, so that's, I believe, from the very first film. Heather Langenkamp, which is awesome, Nightmare on Elm Street. You got Tom Arnold, Don't really need to introduce him. Violent J from Insane Clown Posse. That's pretty fucking cool. And he will be in his makeup at his table, so you can probably get table selfies with him as well as autographs, and there's also the pro photo option for that. Doctor, what are some of your guests you got on here?
Actually, I was going to talk about some of the events that they're doing. They've got Jeff Young, David Ellison, and Chris Poland are jamming together.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Some type of a Metallica tribute thing called Hardwire. It looks like Tom Arnold's doing stand-up. You've got a Terrifier 2 interactive screening. And that looks like a lot of, what is this here? Some type of VIP party thing they're doing.
Yep.
So there's all kinds of stuff going on there. So.
Yeah, it's pretty stacked this year. Some of the other guests, you got Bam Margera, you got Kim Coates, the great Kim Coates. You got Jonathan Breck from Jeepers Creepers. Of course, you have Kane Hodder, who's always a really cool person to meet. And speaking of Friday the 13th, which is kind of the thing that caught my eye to attend this convention and to cover it, is you have the Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning reunion. So some of the guests of that, we got Melanie Kinnaman, you got Shavar Ross, and you got John Shepard, you got Bob DeSimone, and you got Deborah Voorhees. I mean, it's pretty awesome, very stacked for that, and I'm a huge Friday 5 guy, so this is very exciting for me. That's a selling point all day to go to a con, so I'm very excited for them to invite Phantasm to come along, and really appreciate that. And you also got Bill Moseley, always fun to meet. It's very common at cons, so he's a happy face to see, a very familiar one. So if this is their first con, I'd tell you that's the first person you should go say hi to. And then John Cassier, who's the Crypt Keeper, another common staple of horror conventions, another guy I'd direct you straight to. Go say hi to him. He's very fun to talk to. And then Charlie Cyphers, of course. That's more of a rarer one these days, so that's a really cool guest from Halloween. And also Nancy Loomis, so very cool. And there's and who can't forget Tim Capello, who's also doing an event there as well. So that's really cool. A lot of really good guests here. It's going to be a lot of fun. The events are really stacked.
And again, kids, the Days of the Dead convention is this weekend, January 27th to the 29th. It's going to be at the Sheraton Hotel at 165 Cortlandt Street, Atlanta, Georgia, 30303. And Days of the Dead is an event that carries over into the dark of night. You do not want to miss the epic parties, crazy happenings, late-night events this convention has to offer. All day at Days of the Dead, you never know what might happen. So come on down and check out Days of the Dead this year, January 27th to the 29th at the Sheraton at 165 Cortlandt Street, Atlanta, Georgia, 30303.
Thank you all for listening, and be sure to check out Phantasm Podcast wherever podcasts are heard, and check out our social media pages as well on Facebook, Instagram, at Phantasm Podcast. We hope to see you in Atlanta this weekend at Days of the Dead.
Phantasm.
And you know something? I sort of enjoyed it.
Phantasm.